Good morning, all. Yesterday, we started first unit, introduction to hydrology. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In last lecture, we have seen the hydrology, its definition, the history and importance of hydrology. Now we are going to see the overview of this first unit, introduction to hydrology. So hydrology is defined as a science that deals with the depletion and replenishment of water resources. So in a water resources, it may be any resource, or it may be a river, lake, or any reservoir. The water, the levels of water in that resource, there may be depletion and replenishment in the water level. So in this hydrologic cycle, we have seen how this depletion and replenishment that occur. So in these water resources, in the lake, river, sea, in these water resources, so there is a in summer season, what happens due to high temperature, the the surface water that may be evaporation that occur, evaporation, then transpiration from vegetations, plants, etc. So due to which what happens? Depletion of water resources. Water will escape in the atmosphere due to this evaporation and transpiration. This is depletion. And on other side, there is a replenishment in the form of precipitation, like rain, snow, hail, sleet, etc. There is a replenishment of the on the other side. So there is a continuous depletion and replenishment of the water resources. This is science of depletion and replenishment of the water resources. This is a continuous cycle. Precipitation that may occur, and after precipitation, due to in the form of rainfall, snowfall, hail, etc. So it may, that precipitation, it reaches on the ground surface, or due to snowfall, it will collect on the, that snow will collect on the ground surface. If it is rainwater, it will infiltrate into the ground, and it will reach it up to the groundwater table, and the water, it may overflow on the ground surface, and it will that surface runoff, it will reach to the lakes or rivers or sea. So in this way, this is a continuous cycle that we have seen in last lecture. We have seen this hydrologic cycle. This is known as hydrologic cycle. एकीकडे काय होतं, डिप्लेशन, आणि दुसरीकडे रिप्लेनिशमेंट. There is a reduction and increase in water level. So this is a natural process. Naturally it happens. So this science of depletion and replenishment of the water resources that is known as hydrology. समजलं हायड्रोलॉजी म्हणजे काय? So there is a in this water resources, the water may be on the surface of the ground or below the ground surface. So it that water, it may infiltrate into the ground or it may collect into the rivers or oceans. So this is a science that deals with the depletion and replenishment of the water resources. That science is known as hydrology. This is one of the branch of science, as other sciences like physics, chemistry, biology. So this is one of the science branch of science, hydrology. It is related to water resources. So therefore the study of this hydrology subject is very necessary for every civil engineer for the construction of any irrigation structure or hydraulic structure. So the study of the hydrology is very necessary. So this is a comparatively new science. This hydrology science is comparatively a new science. So the origin of this hydrology, which was started in the year 1930. So the origin of this hydrology that was found in the year 1930. From this year, some investigation research is done in this hydrology. So in this hydrology, some advancement is done in predicting hydrological events to collect the rainfall data, to calculate runoff, to estimate the runoff, rainfall, and groundwater accretion. So therefore, basic knowledge of this hydrology science is very necessary for civil engineer for the planning, designing, constructing irrigation structures or any hydraulic structures or bridges, highway culverts, flood control works, etc. So this hydrology is very necessary for designing any engineering structure or any hydraulic structure or irrigation structure. Then we have seen hydrologic cycle. That is shown in this diagram, hydrologic cycle. The hydrologic cycle, it includes various terms like evaporation, transpiration, precipitation, runoff, infiltration. These are the various terms related to this hydrologic cycle. So this hydrologic cycle, which based on the process of depletion and replenishment of the water resources. So on one side there is a depletion. escape of the water. Water will escape in the atmosphere when it is evaporated, when the temperature is high. In summer season, there is a escape of this water vapor in the atmosphere from the lakes, from the water surfaces in the lake, river, and seas. That is shown here. See here. The upward direction. Upward direction, that is evaporation. In the summer season, the water will evaporate and there may be the reduction in the water level in the lake, river, or sea. Water will escape in the air, or water will escape by transpiration process from the vegetations or plants. See this plant, through these plants, the transpiration that may occur. See this. So there is a escape of the water in the atmosphere and it will reach up to the sky and it will the condensation that may occur, the clouds are formed and the rainfall occur after formation of the clouds in the form of precipitation. That may be in the form of rain, snow, or hail, etc. Rainfall may occur or snowfall that may occur on the ground surface. See this, the direction is downward. And when it falls on the ground, it may infiltrate into the ground. Infiltration occur and it will collect the water after infiltration. It will reach up to the groundwater table and water will flow towards the lake or river or ocean or sea. And water from the surface, it will convey to the lakes or rivers or seas. So in this way, these water resources are gets filled. On one side, in summer season, there may be depletion that may occur, reduction in the water level. In the rainy season, when rainfall occurs, then that water sources are get filled. In this way, this process continues. The continuous process. This cycle will continuous throughout a year. In various seasons, there may be reduction and increase in water level. So this process that happens naturally is a natural process. According to the nature's law, this process that runs according to the nature's law. It is a continuous process. Okay. समझ लो hydrologic cycle. What is hydrology? Is a hydrologic cycle that is represented graphically. So in this hydrologic cycle, this sun and Coriolis force that play important role for completion of this hydrologic cycle. So this to play important role for the completion of this hydrologic cycle, sun evaporates the water and Coriolis force that causing and controlling the winds, that controls the wind flow and circulates the evaporated water vapor in the atmosphere, and thus it helps in reprecipitation at different places, by which rainfall occurs or snowfall occurs on the ground surface. This is a hydrologic cycle. That in this, the various terms are included in this hydrologic cycle: evaporation, transpiration, precipitation, infiltration. These are the various terms related to hydrologic cycle. Then weather and its precipitation potential. In that, the study of precipitation, various terms related to hydrologic cycle is given. The study of the weather conditions. In that first term related to hydrologic cycle, that is given precipitation. What is precipitation? Precipitation means when what? When water evaporates from the exposed water surfaces, from the lakes, streams, rivers, sea, ocean, ponds, and also from the lands, plants, the transpiration that may occur. So due to this evaporation and transpiration, that due to evaporation and transpiration, the water may be, it is collected in the, that will escape in the atmosphere, and it is collected in the atmosphere, and it behave like a gas. When it will escape from the water surfaces, in case when there is a high temperature, the water vaporization that may occur, and that water vapor that is collected in the atmosphere, and that water vapor after evaporation that behaves like a gas. When the water temperature of the water is increases, then the evaporation that may occur from the water surface, and that water vapor will be formed, and that water vapor, that when it is reaches into the atmosphere, it behaves like a gas. So that water vapor obeys the various gas laws. When it is collected in the atmosphere, it obeys the gas law. There's gas laws given by various scientists like Boyle's law, Charles law. These are the gas laws. So what it says, Boyle's law, when according to Boyle's law, then when volume changes, when volume increases, then it's the pressure will get decrease. When volume decreases, pressure will increase. Pressure of the gas. Both are inversely proportional. When volume increases, the pressure will decrease. Both are inversely proportional. And according to Charles law, the temperature and pressure both are proportional. As the temperature increases, the pressure will also increase. Both are proportional. These are the gas laws. According to these laws, gas laws, the water vapor will escape into the atmosphere, and by which the precipitation that may occur in the form of rain, snow, hail, etc. So as the evaporation continues, the amount of atmosphere vapor goes on increasing. जसं evaporation होत जातं त्यामुळे काय होईल, atmospheric vapor that goes on increasing. So in the space, in the atmosphere, that can hold only a certain fixed amount of water vapor in the presence of solid or liquid surface. So after this, that water vapor, after reaching into the atmosphere, the state is reached when any further addition of water vapor is there, then it will get condensed on the surfaces. Condensation that may occur if this evaporation it continues. So that water vapor that will collect into the atmosphere, and a state which is reached, further addition of the water vapor in the atmosphere, condensation that may start, and after that rainfall or snowfall that may occur, precipitation will start, precipitation. So that water vapor that may get condensed in the different forms, like I mentioned, condensation. Due to that condensation, precipitation that may occur, precipitation in the form of mist, rain, hail, snowfall, sleet. These are the various forms of precipitation that is shown in the hydrology सांगितले इथे image में दाखवले पहा. Precipitation, rainfall, snowfall, hail. These are the forms of the precipitation. The rainfall झाल्यानंतर काय होईल, it will reach into it will infiltrate into the ground, and it will reach up to the groundwater table, and it will flow towards the lake, river, or ocean. And when there is a rainfall is high, the water may be collected in, it will convey from the ground surface, and it will collect into the lakes, rivers, and oceans. And after snowfall, it may collect on the ground surface. Snowfall. लेफ्ट साइडला स्नोफॉल झाले होते, जमिनीवर ते स्नो काय होतं, बर्फ जमा होतो. After rainfall, it will infiltrate into the ground, or it may be conveyed towards the lakes or rivers or oceans. So evaporated water that may return to the earth's surface in this form, in the form of rain, in the form of mist, hail, or snow, or sleet. In this form, that evaporated water returns to the earth's surface. So this process is known as precipitation. Water which comes back to the earth's surface in various forms, like rain, snow, hail, sleet. So this process is known as precipitation. त्याला काय म्हणायचं, precipitation. समजलं प्रेसिपिटेशन म्हणजे काय? So major part of this precipitation that may occur in the form of rain. The major part ना काय precipitation चा? Rainfall. The minor part occurs in the form of snow and other forms like hail, sleet. The major form of this precipitation is rainfall. The other forms are negligibly small in quantity. Other forms like hail, sleet, mist, these are negligibly small. Their quantity of these forms is less. So the rainfall that may occur in all regions, snowfall that may occur in some in some regions. In the polar regions, snowfall that may occur. So in the design of hydrologic structures, so this precipitation, form of this precipitation in the form of hail, sleet, mist, that is ignored in the design of the hydrologic structures. Only the major part is considered, that is rainfall, in the design of hydrologic structures. समजलं प्रेसिपिटेशन म्हणजे काय? Now we are going to see the various terms related to weather and precipitation. Next is saturation pressure. When water vapor escapes in the atmosphere, it may mix with other gases, or it may be sometimes it may be alone, or it may be separate from other gases, or that water vapor that may mix with the other gases. The pressure exerted by each component of this mixture of the gases is known as partial pressure. Partial pressure म्हणजे काय? The pressure exerted by the mixture of these gases. It may include water vapor and other gases. It mixes with the other gases. The mixture is formed. So that may exert a pressure that is known as partial pressure. So what is vapor pressure? When water is evaporated, the water vapor will escape in the atmosphere. So during escape of the water vapor in the air or atmospheric air, the pressure is exerted by that water vapor present in the air. That pressure exerted by vapor is known as vapor pressure. Due to vaporization, what happens? The molecules containing the water that will escape in the atmosphere. So that water vapor that will obey the gas laws like Charles law, Boyle's law. So due to vaporization, the pressure will be exerted by that vapor present in the air. That pressure is known as vapor pressure. त्या प्रेशरला काय म्हणायचं? Vapor pressure. And if the air is fully saturated with this vapor, then that pressure is known as saturation vapor pressure or saturation pressure. So when the air is fully saturated with this water vapor pressure in the atmosphere, then that type of pressure is said to be saturated pressure, saturated vapor pressure. This is completely fully saturated in the atmospheric air. Therefore, it is called saturation vapor pressure. समजलं saturation pressure म्हणजे काय? Any difficulty in this? Please ask. समजलं असेल तर विचारा. You can ask anytime. You can unmute yourself and you can ask, or you can ask in the chat box. समजलं का precipitation म्हणजे काय? What is precipitation? What is the saturation pressure? So when saturation occurs, the pressure exerted by that water vapor. So when saturation pressure that may created. So if the barometric pressure is kept constant, the barometric pressure is constant and temperature is reduced. Temperature is reduced and pressure is kept constant. Pressure is not increased. It is kept constant, but temperature is reduced. In that case, the air is cooled at constant barometric pressure. At this stage, when the air will become saturated with the same amount of vapor, when the temperature is reduced, the air will become saturated with the same amount of vapor, with same amount of water vapor. The atmospheric air, it will become saturated. It is completely saturated. At that stage, the pressure is said to be saturation pressure, and this temperature at this stage is known as dew point. Dew point. When the air is fully saturated, at that time the temperature is known as dew point. So further reduction in the temperature, when temperature is reduced, the vapor will get condensed. Condensation that may occur on the contact surfaces. Due to this condensation, that will be in the form of dew. Dew is formed. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Dew point. If the dew point is greater than 0 degrees Celsius, then it will be in the form of frost. That means it will be in the form of dew, and it will be in the form of frost if the dew point is less than 0 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is greater than 0 degrees Celsius, then that precipitation will be in the form of dew. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Dew. When the temperature is reduced to 0 degrees Celsius, 0 degrees Celsius पेक्षा जास्त असेल तर कशा फॉर्म मध्ये असते ते precipitation in the dew form. It will be in the dew form when the temperature is greater than 0 degrees Celsius. If the dew point is greater than 0 degrees Celsius, तर त्याला त्याचा फॉर्म कुठला फॉर्म असतो? ड्यू फॉर्म. प्रेसिपिटेशनचा फॉर्म कुठला आहे? ड्यू फॉर्म. And if that temperature is less than 0 degrees Celsius, it may be in the form of frost. This is one of the form of precipitation, frost. समजलं? When the condensation occurs, when temperature is reduced, if this cooling is continued, the vapor will get condensed. Condensation that may occur due to this condensation. What happens? The temperature get reduced. If that temperature, if the dew point is greater than 0 degrees Celsius, then that precipitation that may be in the form of dew. Like I want to say dew. And when the temperature is less than 0 degrees Celsius, then the precipitation is in the form of frost. Like I want to say frost. Then lapse rate, then dry adiabatic lapse rate, adiabatic saturation lapse rate, humidity and relative humidity. These are the various terms related to weather. Now it's in saturation pressure, then lapse rate. So in order to understand the climate, atmospheric weather, and how rainfall occurs, rain formation, it is necessary to understand the changes of temperature with the height. As the height increases, how the temperature that may change, how rainfall that may occur. So as the density and pressure of the atmosphere go on decreasing, as the height above the surface of the earth, the altitude as the height increases, the density and pressure also density and pressure of the atmosphere that goes on decreasing as the as we go up from the ground surface. As the altitude increases, height increases above the earth surface, the density and pressure of the atmosphere goes on decreasing. So that is shown in this graph, variation of the temperature, pressure and density of atmosphere with altitude. This is the आपण ग्राउंड लेवलच्या वर जाऊ तसं डेन्सिटी काय होते, डेन्सिटी प्रेशर ते चेंज होत जाते, और टेम्परेचर ऑल्सो वेरी, टेम्परेचर ऑल्सो चेंजेस. That is shown in this graph, variation of the temperature and pressure through different zones of atmosphere below the exosphere. In first graph, it is shown on x-axis temperature is given, on y-axis height in kilometer from the ground surface. It is shown in two seasons, summer and winter. The straight line that indicates summer season, and in winter it is shown dotted line. In winter it is shown by dotted line. In summer season it is shown by straight line. See the variation. So decrease in temperature of the undisturbed free atmospheric air with altitude, that is called lapse rate or temperature lapse rate. Decrease in the temperature of the atmospheric air with the altitude, that is known as lapse rate. Like I was a lapse rate. This is a temperature decrease होत जातं. Altitude काय होतं, altitude increases, height increases, the temperature will decrease. So the general variation of the temperature with altitude through different zones of atmosphere. There is a decreasing temperature of the atmospheric air with altitude, that is shown in this graph. It is the 0 degree Celsius towards is plus towards right and negative towards left. Okay. Consider in the summer season, straight line, temperature it is shown, temperature, pressure, density. See this pressure at this 0 degree Celsius temperature, the height, suppose I have taken 14 kilometer, at which pressure in millibars it is shown, density in gram per meter cube on x-axis is shown. See this. As the temperature decreases, pressure is also decrease. As the temperature is increased, pressure is increase. So as the height increases, what happens? The pressure is decreased. Okay. And also temperature is also decreased. See this, this is shown in this graph. At this point, as the height increases, there may be the reduction in the temperature and pressure. Okay, this is a variation. Same case, density also decrease, density and pressure. As the height increases, density and pressure is decreased. As the temperature increases, pressure and density will also increase. Okay. So according to the gas laws, according to Charles law, Boyle's law, so this water vapor that obeys the gas law. Okay, this is a variation of temperature, pressure, and density of the atmosphere with altitude. So at the height increases from the ground surface, the pressure is decreased. pressure and density is decrease, and as the temperature increases, pressure and density will also increase. Is a on other graph, the variation of temperature and pressure through different zones are given. On x-axis, the temperature is shown for various zones of the atmosphere. Here, height in kilometer is shown on y-axis. So there are various zones of atmosphere are there, like troposphere, stratosphere, mesozone, ionosphere. See this variation of temperature and pressure in these various zones of the atmosphere. Pressure scale is shown on this scale, pressure scale on x-axis, temperature scale on x-axis is shown here. Temperature. So for the various zones, it is shown temperature for troposphere, stratosphere, and ionosphere. See here, pressure is here is less towards left. As the temperature decreases, pressure will decrease. As the temperature increases, pressure will increase. So height in kilometer is shown. It's the variation of temperature and pressure through different zones of the atmosphere. So lapse rate म्हणजे काय? When there is a decrease in temperature of the atmospheric air with the altitude, so that rate decrease in temperature, that is known as lapse rate or temperature lapse rate. When there is a decrease in the temperature, when there is a increase in the height, so that temperature rate is known as temperature lapse rate or lapse rate. In that, again, dry adiabatic lapse rate is there, and adiabatic saturation lapse rate is there. This is a graph of dry adiabatic lapse rate. The graph between temperature and altitude. As the temperature, if the altitude is less, temperature is higher. As the altitude is higher, increases, temperature will be less. The dry adiabatic lapse rate. What is dry adiabatic lapse rate? When air expands, dry adiabatic lapse rate, when air expands, its given volume will become rarer and lighter. When it contracts, its given volume will become dense and heavier. When air expands in a given volume, when air is expansion of the air is done, then it will become lighter. And when air gets contraction is done, air contraction is done, then volume will become dense and heavier. Depends upon expansion and contraction. If the air expands, it will become lighter, and if it contracts, air contracts in its given volume, then it will become dense and heavier. So the process of expansion as the light air rises and the compression as the heavier air sinks. That involves no transfer of the heat to or from the surrounding air. That is called as adiabatic process. त्या प्रोसेसला काय म्हणायचं? Adiabatic process. So when there is no transfer of air, no transfer of the heat from surrounding air due to during the process of expansion and compression, there is no transfer of the heat from to or from the surrounding air. That process of expansion and compression is known as adiabatic process. त्या प्रोसेसला काय म्हणायचं? Adiabatic process. लॅब्स रेट म्हणजे काय समजलं? Now we are going to see the dry adiabatic lapse rate. So when there is no loss of heat, yet there is a definite change in the temperature. There is no loss of heat during this process. During the process of expansion and contraction, there is no loss of the heat. So during this process, the expanding air will drop its temperature at the rate of 10 degrees Celsius for every of ascent. During this expansion, the expanding air will drop its temperature rate at rate of 10 degrees Celsius during this expansion. So this fall in temperature is much more than the lapse rate of the free air under normal condition. Under normal condition, this fall of temperature is much more than the lapse rate. Lapse rate पेक्षा हे temperature कसं आहे? Fall in temperature is much more than the lapse rate. So at 6.5 per kilometer, it is given this fall in temperature is given. This fall in temperature under normal condition, that is called as dry adiabatic lapse rate. त्याला काय म्हणतात? Dry adiabatic lapse rate. That is shown in this graph. Dry adiabatic lapse rate कुठे दिलेला आहे? The temperature which falls, the fall in temperature is much more than the lapse rate of the free air under normal condition. So at the rate of 6.5 per kilometer. So at this rate, that is given 6.5. At this point, 6.5 temperature, that lapse rate is known as dry adiabatic lapse rate. It is shown by this inclined straight line. समझला? ड्राय ॲडिबॅटिक लॅब सेट म्हणजे काय समजलं? This is a dry adiabatic lapse rate. The temperature rise in compression is equivalent to the temperature fall in expansion. So both are equal. Rise in temperature in compression and fall in temperature in expansion. Both are equivalent. So as the air is cooled adiabatically, it reaches in altitude where its decreased temperature correspond to the saturation pressure. So that pressure is said to be saturation pressure. When air is completely saturated with the water vapor. And the altitude where this condensation begins, the altitude, the height where the condensation begins, that level is said to be condensation level. And it is corresponding temperature to that level is known as the dew point. This is the dry adiabatic lapse rate. Another one, adiabatic saturation lapse rate. As the air continues to expand, the process of condensation also continues. When evaporation takes place, ज्यावेळेस बाष्पीभवन होतं, evaporation होतं, त्यामुळे काय होईल, वॉटर वेपर पाण्याची वाफ होऊन ते वातावरणात जाऊन ते पसरते. It will expand into the atmosphere. During this expansion, what happens? It will collect in the atmosphere. As the pressure increases, as the expansion increases, the process of condensation will start. The process of condensation also continues, and the fall in temperature becomes less rapid. The temperature fall that becomes less rapid. This temperature change is called as adiabatic saturation lapse rate. The fall in temperature during process of condensation, that is known as adiabatic saturation lapse rate. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Adiabatic saturation lapse rate. So this rate of change of temperature during the moist adiabatic process, that may be ranging from 3 to 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer of altitude rise. Where the temperature किती असणार at this adiabatic saturation lapse rate, the temperature is ranging from 3 to 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer of altitude rise. And this is being smaller for warm saturated air and large for cold air. This saturation lapse rate, it may be smaller for warm saturated air and large for cold air. This is the adiabatic saturation lapse rate. तुम्हाला थियरी मधला डिफरन्स काय आहे? लॅप्स रेट, then dry adiabatic lapse rate, adiabatic saturation lapse rate. These are the terms related to weather. Any difficulty in this, please ask. समजलं का? तीनमध्ये काय डिफरन्स आहे? This is a graph of dry adiabatic lapse rate. The altitude in meters is shown on this y-axis. Temperature in degrees Celsius is shown in the x-axis. The inclined straight line that is called dry adiabatic lapse rate. The next term related to weather is humidity and relative humidity. The humidity, त्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये काय म्हणतो? कोण सांगू शकेल? What is humidity? What is humidity? काय म्हणतात त्याला? That is आर्द्रता. मराठीमध्ये काय म्हणतात? आर्द्रता. Humidity and relative humidity. म्हणजे वातावरणामध्ये किती आर्द्रता आहे, आर्द्रतेचं प्रमाण किती आहे. So what is humidity? How we can define this humidity? This term humidity is used in order to obtain an idea of the amount of moisture present in the air. Amount of moisture containing in the air, that amount is known as humidity. म्हणजे वातावरणामध्ये त्या आर्द्रतेचं प्रमाण किती आहे, that is known as humidity. The amount of moisture present in the air, the moisture content in the air, that moisture contained in the air is known as humidity. So it is expressed in mass per unit volume. The amount of moisture present in the air, that is expressed in terms of mass per unit volume. Mass upon the volume, that will give moisture content, moisture present in the air. So particular volume, about for 1 meter cube volume, how much the mass of that moisture is there. So that measurement, that amount of moisture present in the air is known as absolute humidity. Absolute humidity. For a given temperature, the absolute humidity that will be equal to mass of moisture present in the air in a unit volume of air at the given temperature. That is called as absolute humidity. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Absolute humidity. So mass of moisture which is containing in the given volume of in a unit volume of the air at a given temperature. So that humidity is known as absolute humidity. A particular temperature, suppose at 10 degrees Celsius or at 5 degrees Celsius, how much the mass of moisture content is there containing in a given volume of air, or containing in a unit volume of air, how much the mass of moisture content is there. That is known as absolute humidity. So this is a humidity that is expressed in the mass per unit volume. Then definition of relative humidity. What is relative humidity? It is the ratio of actual vapor pressure to the saturation vapor pressure at the same temperature. That ratio is known as relative humidity. Is the ratio of actual vapor pressure to the saturation vapor pressure. Actual vapor pressure किती है at a given temperature, and saturation after when vapor is completely saturated, then it becomes saturated vapor pressure. The ratio of this actual vapor pressure and saturation vapor pressure is known as relative humidity. The actual vapor pressure, that is denoted by EA, and saturation vapor pressure is denoted by ES. The ratio of EA divided by ES is equal to REH, relative humidity. Actual vapor pressure कसे denote करतात? EA, small e suffix A, and saturation vapor pressure is denoted by small e suffix S, ES. EA divided by ES. That ratio is said to be relative humidity. समजलं ह्युमिडिटी म्हणजे काय? दोन्हीमध्ये डिफरन्स कळाला? Humidity and relative humidity. Humidity is the amount of moisture present in the air. That amount of moisture present in the air, that is expressed in terms of mass per unit volume. That is the absolute humidity. Like I mentioned, absolute humidity. So also sometimes relative humidity is defined as the mass per unit volume of the actual vapor present in the air, so that it could contain at the same temperature when it is fully saturated. From this formula, you can define the relative humidity as the mass per unit volume of the actual vapor present in the air to that it could contain at the same temperature, at the given temperature, when it is fully saturated. This ratio of actual vapor pressure and saturation vapor pressure is known as relative humidity. दोन्हीचा रेशो म्हणजे काय? Relative humidity. So this humidity is measured by some devices or instruments. So this humidity is measured either by psychrometer or by hygrometer. These are the two humidity measuring instruments in a weather department. So they use these devices for measuring the humidity of the atmosphere. That is measured by psychrometer or hygrometer. These are the two humidity measurement devices. So absolute humidity can also be measured by directly passing known volume of air through drying agent, which absorbs the moisture of the air. So this absolute humidity is also measured directly by passing a known volume of air through a drying agent, which absorbs the moisture of the air. So this increase in mass of this drying agent divided by the volume of the air passed, that mass per unit volume, that will give absolute humidity of the air. So this absolute humidity decreases rapidly as we go higher from the ground surface. As the height increases, this absolute humidity decreases. As the altitude increases, the humidity will decrease. Absolute humidity will decrease. So this humidity decreases with altitude, because at higher altitude the convective currents which are responsible for carrying the water vapor into the air are very much reduced. So as the height increases, that water vapor that will be carried by convective currents which are responsible for carrying the water vapor into the air. So as the height increases, that humidity will get decreased. This is the humidity. समजलं humidity म्हणजे काय? Absolute humidity, relative humidity. दोन्ही मध्ये डिफरन्स कळाला का?
Yes, sir.
Any problem in this? Please ask. समजलं नसेल तर विचारा.